That's right. I do not dream of YouTube. Instead, I want a life where I can focus on my writing instead. But there's something lively about filming on YouTube and being seen moving and being a person that I feel like is lost when you're writing, even though I really, really, really enjoy writing. Writing is my personal self expression, my outlet, what I love. When you hear about YouTubers saying that they've been into video making since they were old enough to hold a camera, I feel like a lot of writers can say the same and say that they've been creating stories since they could hold a pen or a pencil. But I know I've seen writers on YouTube, but I don't know. I don't think YouTube is for me. So you might be asking, why are you making this video then? And why these clips? First of all, these clips had to be made because I didn't know what else to do. I can't speak directly to the camera because the camera is good quality, but the audio sucks. So I just did a bunch of random B-roll. So please bear with me. I'm so sorry. It's an old camera, but I decided to use it because it has a front-facing camera, or a front-facing, you know the thing. I'm not into YouTube. I don't know what the front-facing thing is, but screen, front-facing screen. And for me, at least, I know you can film on anything. You can film on a phone, but I have such resistance towards filming. I don't like it. So anything that can cut the resistance of filming, I'm all for, and that included this camera, because I can see exactly what I'm doing because I can see myself. I've already bought the camera back in 2016. I'm not into investing into better equipment because I don't see my path going down YouTube. So that was a rant as to why these clips, and an apologies for these clips, but why YouTube again? When did I just do the same clip, or did I put them on back? I think I put them on backwards. This one's supposed to come before the other one. Anyway, the reason I'm making a video, ironically, as someone who doesn't dream of YouTube, doesn't dream to be consistent on YouTube, become a YouTuber. Despite that, I love YouTube. I pretty much solely watch YouTubers. I love watching YouTube. I love the community around YouTube. The very few videos I attempted have gotten really lovely comments and was the start of a community. And that's what I want. I want community. I want connection. I want to be able to spread the knowledge I am gaining, whether it's like in a mentorship way or, hey, we're all going through this together. Let's grow together. At this time, I'm in a let's grow together state. There's a few things I feel like I could be somewhat of a big sis / mentor on, but I mean, right now, I'm definitely in hey, this is kind of scary times, so let's grow together. Let me use the tools I've been learning to grow, and hope that it's an inspiration for you as well. And let's, again, grow together. To give you background on where I'm starting, I would love to see in the comments where you're starting at, if you're ready for change in your life as well. But where I'm starting is, my mom died back in 2022, December 2022. I was her caregiver full time for 8 years, and then 2023 was my year of rest and recovery. I've been going to therapy. I traveled a lot with my family to meet family I never got to meet before. It was one of the best years of my life, considering. But after that, 2024, it hasn't been bad. It's just a lot of changes in very little time. As you can see me frustratingly hang this picture. I measured it the night before and tried to do it by myself, and I couldn't hold the calendar up and make markings to properly hang it. And so now it's lopsided. I know. And I fix it, but only 2 of the command strips are holding it together. Anyway, I know that 2024 has been, for me anyway, has been a year of a lot of changes in very little time. We as in my dad and his new wife and my brother have moved into a house. This is our first house as a family. And so yeah, I'm setting up my room in our new place. Back in May of this year, 2024, as I film this in Yap, I totaled my car. I just gotten my license last September of 2023. So I'm definitely in new driver mode. It's unfortunate that it was our old family car. It was an old car, but it was in really, really, really great shape. I was very happy with that car, and so that's upsetting that I totaled it, but I did. And so I'm carless. We don't have the best transport here, or the transit. We don't really have much of a transit system here. And yeah, you might be wondering, like, oh, well, must say, I know y'all are smart. You understand that, hey, you live with your family. I don't have to worry about, like, housing bills and everything, but I would love to one day make a living wage. That would be great. I get paid a little bit of money that will end by the end of the year. I will be making $0 by the end of the year, unless I can even replace the little money I do make. And I've just have lived my entire life, never have made a living wage before. And I know, like, so many people have done it before, whether it's with multiple jobs or just one job, but people live off of their jobs. But it's it's a logical thing. I understand that. I consciously understand that. But on the subconscious level, I struggle with the idea of me making a living wage. Are you kidding me? I've never done that before. How in the heck am I going to do that? So I'm working on that. That's one thing I'm working on. But also, just my future in general. I tried to create a bunch of different jobs. And I've worked as an associate editor for a startup. I wrote for some other companies before. I tried to be a front-end developer. And I had a client at one point. I was a human design reader for a little stint. Excuse me. The reason I bounced around so much was because I was caregiving and my mom didn't understand what I was doing, and she wouldn't compromise with me on, time I needed to try to get my business off the ground. My businesses off the ground. And after she passed, I had to work through not being mad at myself for not having an interest in anything besides writing. Writing was the only thing that was a constant in my life. It always has been. But aside from writing, I had no desire at all to do anything. And it frustrated me because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can now make a life for myself. I can distract myself with this. I can make myself busy. I can be stimulated. I can do this all with relief and peace in my mind and heart. But I had no desire to do anything. And it took until this year, again, aside from writing, because I do have a Substack I adore and a community there that I adore. But like I said, there's something about YouTube. So yeah, despite just loving on my Substack, I want to do something else, And so far, like I've been applying for jobs on job boards. I know about making your resume and cover letters keyword friendly, so the bots will hopefully get the job into like a human being to see it. And of course, I haven't gotten any bites yet. I've gotten like two or three rejection letters, which I'm like excited about. Like, oh my gosh, someone actually replied back to anything I've done on my job search. But recently, I was in a Power to Fly working summit, and then I saw a video on YouTube by someone who has an account about jobs, and they both talked about at one point or another how the job boards that people look for jobs on, they have hundreds and thousands of applicants, and I don't feel like I'm a strong enough contender to even waste my time attempting to get a job through a job board. I know people say all the time, oh, like you were a caregiver, and those are skills. And I know moms go back to work after being a parent. I don't know, this just feels different to me. Because I see like returnships where people go back to their careers, but I started caregiving as soon as I graduated college. So I never worked a career. I had the jobs I've talked about, but I really struggle to figure out what are my quote-unquote accomplishments in those jobs. So I'm wanting to kind of start over. Right now, this is very, very new, but I think I want to break into tech. I really do enjoy what I learn when I learn about tech and coding. I enjoy coding. Where will that lead me? I don't know. I did dabble in it again, I think earlier this year or late last year. But I got discouraged when I heard about like layoffs and just people not being able to hold the jobs there or even like get into the field. I've seen so many posts on Reddit about people having like 600 applications and resumes turned in and submitted to jobs, and hearing not a word from anybody with having like senior experience. So I'm like, well, why would I even, again, thinking like, why would I waste my time if nothing's going to come of it? And so what I'm thinking of doing differently is creating a personal brand online where I share my journey and specifically how I'm navigating mindset and everything and decisions and choices with my human design along the way. I'm thinking of doing that on on Instagram, and maybe a separate Substack, or maybe the Substack I'm using now. Right now I'm doing a serialized memoir about dating and love. At the time of filming this, I just finished part 7. And there's 12 parts, but I digress. I am thinking of sharing my journey into tech somehow online, and having a way to connect with other people who are going to be going into tech. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I thought I muted all of my clips, but anyway, I want connection, as I said before, and I think YouTube is an amazing place to connect with people. I want people to see me journey, see me problem solve. I want to be seen, and I think YouTube is a really great place to do that. So will YouTube be part of this journey? I don't know. If y'all don't mind voiceover videos like this, I can definitely keep making them. But I'm not going to ramble any longer. I honestly did this just as a test, but ended up rambling about my plans and everything. I was going to do this as a background video for a Stardew Valley playthrough and make it like a podcast, but I didn't feel like playing Stardew Valley right now on my computer, so you get this instead. Um, yeah, so let me know in the comments if you're ready for change in your life for some reason, if there's something going on where you're like, all right, I need to take my life into my own hands. I need to experiment with something. I need to try something new. And how are you going to go about it? I truly would love to hear about it in the comment. Again, I love seeing comments. I'm at a very great place right now where I can respond to any and everyone. And yeah, let me know if you do like these. And maybe I'll film some more. Maybe this will be a new thing alongside the Stardew Valley playthroughs, if y'all even want that. So yeah, let me know what you want. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know where you're at in life. What is your story of and why you want change in your life? And I guess the last thing I will say is that I have a vague idea of what type of life I want to live, and I'm very intentional. Yes, I remember I thought I had this together and it was failing me greatly. But anyway, I know for my life, I want stimulation. I want to go to bed satisfied with my days. I've lived a life, it seems, in 2023 where, I wasn't working, but we were so abundant with just opportunities and travel and everything, and I enjoyed it. And I definitely missed just having just something stimulate me throughout my days, or just having things to look forward to, or just substance to your day. I'm gonna write about this on my Substack. I've already done a draft, and there's several videos I referenced to that have talked about kind of like the influencer life, where they make a to-do list and it's a bunch of errands people run on the weekends when they're not working their full-time jobs type of things. But a lot of the comments on that weren't snarky or anything. It was a lot of commentary in the bottom where people were in between jobs before and they just felt kind of aimless and purposeless. And that's kind of where I felt when I was just kind of existing and I didn't have anything to share because I wasn't really living my life. And even when you have all the time in the world to live your life, you still don't really do much. There's a possibility you're not going to do much. You're going to waste away a lot of your days. You can try to live your life to the fullest, but sometimes you get tired and you just don't, and then you just, I don't know, wallow. You just kind of float through life, and I don't want that. I want a life I can sink my teeth into and that I enjoy and love. And I don't know, for me, I feel like tech might be a place to start. And to get a little human design nerdy on you, I'm a 2/5 emotional generator, and I'm going to try hard these next 5 months, August to December, to create something for myself. I'm going to follow my joy and what is sparking interest for me and sharing it somehow. I'm going to work on that all of August. I'm going to show up for myself and for anyone else who needs it. See you later.